Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this hypnosis session, you're going to be listening to a powerful metaphor to represent feelings of authenticity, resourcefulness, but also the cause and effect nature of thoughts, emotions, and intentions. And it uses the metaphor of a farm, and I think a farm is a very good metaphor for the cause and effect. And most people are familiar with the phrase that you reap what you sow. And what that really means is that you've got to do stuff to get stuff. You have to think in a certain way, do certain actions. And that's why that farming metaphor is quite good, because we already get this cause and effect relation in our lives. So it has the farming metaphor, but there's positive elements of that where you can say, well, what you've reaped already has come from what you've sowed in the past, and what you're currently sowing may have a time frame, a delay before you can reap the harvest. So it has that metaphor. It also has a metaphor of a block of marble and a reference to Michelangelo and his statue of David. And there's a Michelangelo quote where he says that he didn't create David, he just took away everything from the marble that wasn't David. And that's a really powerful metaphor for a lot of people that really want to be authentic, that they don't have to change who they are, they just have to let go of everything that isn't them. So you've got that going on in this session as well. I think anyone that wants to feel more authentic, feel more worthy, and to feel capable of getting all the benefits from their plans, intentions, and beliefs will get a lot of value from this session. But if you like the idea of something bespoke and customized, then there will be a link in the description where you can schedule that free consultation call to explore working with me directly. For now though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. Relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that slow, long, relaxing breath, and as you exhale, feel a wonderful sense of letting go, of drifting slowly, quietly and effortlessly into that place within your imagination, the place where powerful, profound, and useful changes take place naturally. And the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe, drifting deeper and deeper down. as you feel like you're drifting into that place of calm relaxation. And your breathing begins to slow and get deeper and deeper. And your awareness begins to drift. That's it. And with every breath you take, imagine that your attention is turning inward, just like a seed turning toward the sun beneath the surface, drawn not to what is seen, but to what is felt deep within. And you may imagine now what it would be like to find yourself on the soft, fertile soil of an impressive, and some would say timeless, farm. Imagine those rolling fields, pure nature. And I wonder if you could imagine a sunrise on that farm. The crisp, early morning air, filled with the gentle scent of earth and possibility. But imagine that you are not a visitor to this farm. Imagine that this land is yours. It belongs to you in a way that few things ever truly can. And it's not because you bought it. I want you to imagine that this farm is something you built, seed by seed, cultivating land to make it valuable, impressive, fertile, and usable land. Every seed that was sown, every choice, and every belief built this impressive farm. And as you walk slowly between neat rows of growing crops, not ready for harvest, but growing. And maybe you see green shoots piercing the soil. Some have sprouted, some yet to do so. But all of it is evidence that what you planted is beginning to grow. Feel how relaxed you feel out on this farm. Different fields have different crops, and different areas make you feel different things. And you know that each of these crops represents something sacred. Some crops are an intention, others a truth, perhaps a skill or a value. Each and every one cultivated by the version of you that chose hope, optimism, and belief over doubt, courage over fear, and purpose over distraction. And as you continue to walk around this impressive farm, with each step grounding you deeper, I want you to begin to feel that sense of connection, not just to the land, but to yourself, to the you that knows how to plant with wisdom, how to wait with patience, and how to harvest with gratitude. And with every slow, steady breath, you feel more aligned with that rhythm. The rhythm of the land. The rhythm of your becoming. That's it. And as the sunrise climbs higher in the blue skies until the sun looks warm and golden, and imagine the heat of that sun penetrating through your skin, into your bones, into your cells, into your mind. I want you to imagine that the sun is thawing away, melting away anything that no longer is useful or necessary, but also activating dormant energy, awakening sleeping strengths, guiding you deeper into this fertile state of healing, renewal, and ongoing transformation. And I want you to discover something unusual there in one of the fields. Imagine a pedestal, a tall slab of white marble, not yet fully sculpted. And as you walk closer to that giant slab of white marble, you realize something profound. That you are both Michelangelo and David. You are both the sculptor and the sculpture. You are the artist and the masterpiece. And just as Michelangelo said he did not carve David, he simply removed what was not David. As you imagine chiseling away at that solid white marble, imagine that you are now releasing everything that no longer belongs to the truth of who you really are. Every pain that isn't yours, every outdated belief, every lingering doubt, and every unnecessary fear or voice of judgment, all gently falling away. The chips of marble just falling down there on the fields of your farm. And what is left is who you really are, revealing the magnificence within. A modern Renaissance man, a being of contrasts and depth. I want you to see all of those qualities in the sculpture that remains. See the humanitarian, the magician, the teacher, the sage, the helper, and the hero, each one harmonized, not in conflict. I want you to see someone who brings wisdom to chaos, art to logic, and spirit to structure. And with each part of you that is now revealed, you are not becoming someone new. You are remembering and awakening who you have always been. I want you to feel that with that realization, you feel lighter, clearer, and more powerfully connected to your very core. You now have a farm and a statue of you crafted from precious, timeless white marble. And in this state of alignment and clarity, suggestions settle easily into your unconscious mind, like new seeds being planted in fertile soil. In fact, activate a powerful seed of an idea that you are capable of incredible and magnificent things because you've spent your life exceeding expectations. Expectations of others, but expectations of yourself. Everything that you've done that either you or someone else doubted is evidence that there is more capability, more conscious and unconscious competency. And so those old narratives, stories and judgments begin to fade. You no longer need them, as they were never yours to begin with. Now, your thoughts are refreshed, renewed, and recharged with purpose, and your beliefs are infused with truth. And your inner dialogue, the words you tell yourself, are now a coach, a mentor, a wise voice of encouragement. They have been transformed into a trusted, wise guide. And each new empowering thought you choose lights up your mind like a neuron firing in the dark, building a glowing network of certainty and self-belief. Perhaps you can imagine your neural pathways now like an immense kelp forest beneath a cosmic ocean. And when you think a powerful, empowering, or profound thought, the strands of kelp glow, illuminating a living, breathing ecosystem of resilience, possibility, and alignment. And with every breath, those kelp forests expand, connecting insight to insight, intuition to intuition. And you are growing not just wiser, but deeper, and not just stronger, but clearer. Your intuition sharpens, not because it's new, but because you listen to it in a new way. You value it, you follow it, and it rewards you with truth. I want you to feel that physical pain that you've been holding on to may not be a priority, but just allow yourself to feel that unnecessary pain is also melting away. Anything that isn't serving you can be released, and allow it to be released in its own time. And I want you to imagine weeks, months, or even years standing in that same field. But it is now time to harvest. The crops have grown tall and full. Perhaps you could imagine cobs of corn or golden wheat swaying in the breeze. Maybe vines hanging heavy with ripe fruit. And you smile. This is your reward, because this is the harvest. The harvest of all of that you have been planting and tending and nurturing. And it represents not just goals and intentions, but alignment. Not just success, but fulfillment. And you walk through this field feeling strong, grounded, wise, even magnificent, because you know that you were not sculpted by chance, you were refined by choice. And these crops did not grow on accident. They were all intentions, seeds that were conceived. And now it's time to reap all that you have sown. I want you to feel now and forevermore that everything you need to live your most inspired life is already within you. And every day forward is a day of deeper embodiment, greater freedom, and profound impact. I want you to get a sense that the world needs your message, your wisdom. It's been waiting for you. And I want you to imagine perhaps thousands, if not millions of people, not just seeing or hearing your message, but being impacted by it. Maybe it's something they hear, something they see, something they read. Perhaps this is your impact. This is your legacy. This is your ripple effect on the world. But it's time to leave this farm, this sculpture, this harvest. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Start to connect and calibrate into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.